Good morning, students. In the previous classes, we have studied about Newton's first and second law. What was the statement of Newton's second law? The force applied is directly proportional to the rate of change of momentum. Today, we are discussing Newton's third law of motion. Now, what is the statement of Newton's third law of motion? According to it, to every action there is equal and opposite reaction. If we consider a body A and B, if suppose the force applied by object A on B, it is FAB. So what is FAB? The force applied by the object A on B, and the B also applied the same force on the A but in the opposite direction, because it is applying from this direction, so it is applying in this direction. So FBA is the force applied by the second object B on A. So according to Newton's third law, the force on the AB will be the negative of the force on the BA. So we'll write FAB is negative of the FBA. The force applied AB is in this direction and the force applied by BA is applied in the opposite direction. So we are writing negative sign here. So according to the Newton's law, Newton's third law, for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. This is the action and the reaction force, that is, it is acting in the opposite direction. So FAB will be the negative of the FBA. Now next, if we see what is the application of the Newton's third law of motion. Now the application, if you see, when the gun it is fired, okay, what happened when the gun it is fired, it exerts a forward force on the bullet. Now the bullet exerts an equal and opposite reaction force on the gun. This results in the recoil of the gun. Now what is the meaning of this term, recoil of the gun? Recoil of the gun means the person who is holding the gun, he will get jerked into the backward direction. He will get jerked into the backward direction. So when the gun it is fired, it exerts a forward force on the bullet. The gun it is fired, it exerts a forward force on the bullet. Now this bullet in reaction will produce the force on the gun. So this results into the recoil of the gun. So this example, it is based on the Newton's third law. So what is the statement here? For every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So here is the gun it is fired. So this is the action. What is the reaction force? The reaction force is the bullet is applying again the force on the gun. Okay. Now the Newton's third law can also be illustrated on the second example we are taking. As the sailor jumps out of the rowing boat, okay, when we are coming out of the boat, what happened? As the sailor jumps out of a rowing boat, move forward, okay, the boat will move forward, but we are getting the jerk into the backward direction. It is again based on the Newton's third law. Now what is the force is the sailor is coming out of the rowing boat. This is the force, this is the action force, and the boat again apply the force on, that will be the reaction force. So two things are there. The one is the action force, and in the opposite direction who will act, the reaction force. So action force is the force which is applied, and in the opposite direction which is acting, this is the reaction force. So due to the reaction force, we will always put a negative sign on the reaction force. Okay. So what we have studied, Newton's third law of motion. According to it, every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Two bodies are there. FAB is the force applied by A on B, and FBA is the force applied by B on A. And FAB, both the forces are equal but they are opposite in direction, so we are putting the negative sign. And these two applications we have to study, that is, when the gun it is fired, it is exerting the forward force on the bullet, and in turn the reaction force will be exerted by the bullet on the gun. Similarly, when we come out of the boat, we are pushing the boat, and again the boat pushes us with the same force but in the opposite direction. So this topic we have to study Newton's third law. According to it, every action there is opposite and equal reaction.